Ubisoft finally announced Assassin's Creed multiplayer game, and they have now given it the official code name. It's going to be part of Assassin's Creed Infinity, and it seems like Assassin's Creed Online is most likely going to be releasing faster than any of us would have expected. Now, on the official Ubisoft website, they have now given us some information related to what the next Assassin's Creed multiplayer game is going to be named as. Now, currently, the code name of Assassin's Creed Online is going to be called Assassin's Creed Invictus. Now, I have no idea what this basically means, but it seems like Ubisoft has just gone with this code name, and they've also given us a ton of information on what kind of a multiplayer is this going to be. Will this be very similar to what we've seen with GTA Online, where we have this huge open world, or is this going to be something that we have similarly seen with Assassin's Creed Black Flag's multiplayer? But to be honest, it wasn't really that big of a deal when it comes to multiplayer in the previous Assassin's Creed games, but now it seems like Ubisoft is going to be making this a standalone title, which means that they're going to be dedicating the entire team for Assassin's Creed multiplayer. And Assassin's Creed's executive producer has now given us some information, and he has stated that Assassin's Creed multiplayer, the online version, is going to be the big future, and this is what Ubisoft is mainly going to be focusing on for the future of Assassin's Creed with Assassin's Creed Infinity. Now, the details that we have here is that the development team that is currently working on this project is the guys who worked on Rainbow Six Siege as well as For Honor, so they kind of know what they're doing because they've already made some of the online multiplayer games, which is PvP and all that stuff. So assuming that maybe these developers know what they're doing with Assassin's Creed Online, and since they've never really worked on an open world online multiplayer game, so we don't really know how things are going to be working out in terms of how Ubisoft is going to be handling their upcoming multiplayer Assassin's Creed project. I mean, this could be one of the biggest projects ever if Ubisoft does this right in terms of Assassin's Creed Infinity. Now, this is what Ubisoft posted on their official page. They said that Ubisoft developers who worked on multiplayer franchise like Rainbow Six Siege and For Honor are the ones that are working on Assassin's Creed Invictus, which is the multiplayer game. And we also have Stefan Totilo, who actually got to see the behind closed doors information and also the concept art of what Assassin's Creed Infinity looks like, and also what the multiplayer version of the game looks like that Ubisoft is currently working. Now, Stefan here was an ex-journalist on Kotaku, and now it seems like Ubisoft invited him in order to show in some press releases on Assassin's Creed Infinity, what Assassin's Creed Invictus is, what kind of a game is this going to be, and they've also shown him some screenshots and also some kind of new concept arts, where he has now shared some of the information that he has received from Ubisoft, and this is what he had to say during the Assassin's Creed executive producer Mark Alexa Cote's presentation in Paris. He showed a slide of Assassin's Creed Invictus, more of a conceptual image showing Cassandra, Evie Fry, Ezio Auditore, Cesare Borgia, and maybe even Haytham Kenway. And finally, he also mentions that he actually got to see a Minotaur guy, who is someone that we actually got to see in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I have no idea why Ubisoft would just add in a Minotaur inside the concept art of Assassin's Creed Invictus, which is the online multiplayer. Maybe it's going to be fantasy related. It's not going to be so realistic. So that is something I'm going to keep my hopes really low, because as far as what they've shown, it seems like there is going to be unrealistic stuff. So Assassin's Creed has crossed that line where we always used to have like the realistic historical concepts, but now it seems like it's just all about fun. Now, basically, Ubisoft showed him all familiar arts of all these different characters, which basically implies that it may involve classic characters. Now, it seems like Assassin's Creed Invictus, the multiplayer online version of Assassin's Creed, is going to include all of the most iconic Assassin's Creed characters all combined together, and this is going to be some kind of an online game. We have no idea on if whether this game is going to be an open world or if this is going to be some kind of a new small sandbox game that they're just going to design like a PvP style, or this could also be a PvPvE where you basically have both the bots as well as players that you have to deal with. So we have no idea what the gameplay and all this stuff is basically about, but as far as what we know, this is all the information that Ubisoft has confirmed. And thanks to Stefan here, he has also given us some information related to all of these stuff. Now, another really interesting thing that Stefan here shared is that he actually got to speak with Ubisoft about the multiplayer project, and he basically asked them whether this online game is going to have some kind of a particular setting, like what we see with different Assassin's Creed games, where now we're going to ancient, where now we got to see the Vikings age with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and then we had ancient Egypt, and also we got, and now for the future we're also moving on to feudal Japan with Assassin's Creed codename Red. So there are different settings for all the different games. This is something that Stefan asked Ubisoft, to which Ubisoft said that this game, the multiplayer version, is not going to have any kind of settings. It is going to be something that Ubisoft is working in order to combine all of the different Assassin's Creeds into one particular world. Now we have no idea how that's going to work out. Maybe it's an open world, maybe it's not. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? What kind of a multiplayer game could Ubisoft be cooking for us with Assassin's Creed's upcoming project? Now IGN here claims that Assassin's Creed Invictus is going to be a free-to-play multiplayer game that is going to be available for everybody to play. Now, to which Ubisoft has not yet denied this information, which means that this could end up being true or maybe even false. For as of now, it is just a speculation, so don't just keep your heads up for a free multiplayer version, because they're always trying to milk money, but you never know. Since it's a multiplayer version, they might milk money using microtransactions and stuff like that, and then give the game out for free. So that is something we will of course find out very soon when I get to speak to Ubisoft, when I get to get my interviews done. So if I get a chance to speak to Ubisoft in the future, I will of course make sure to clear all of these questions, and I will update you guys with all of those informations related to the multiplayer version that's coming up. So according to Kote here, it seems like Assassin's Creed Invictus has a concept art which basically shows a crossover between all of the different Assassin's Creed games, and I just cannot wait to see how Ubisoft is going to be executing this whole thing. Now of course we know how Ubisoft kind of is very skeptical in terms of how they ruined some games that are fan favorites, especially look at the Assassin's Creed games that just completely strayed off from what Assassin's Creed games are. I hope they don't do that with the online version. Now of course I'm still not going to keep my hopes really high for this one, but still it is of course something that the community could indeed get hyped about. So let me know in the comments, lads, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts about Assassin's Creed Invictus, the online multiplayer first ever standalone Assassin's Creed title? Let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comments. I would love to go through and read and also reply to your comments, because that is something I have been doing lately. So just leave your comments. Maybe some of the Ubisoft developers might end up watching your comment, and they might get some few ideas from you guys, because ideas is everything in order to make the games better. So make sure that you guys go ahead, drop your ideas, because those things are really important if you want to see a better game, because Ubisoft has lately been listening to community, which is why they're trying to return back to some old school gameplay style with Assassin's Creed Mirage. So all of our hard works and everything that we have spoken in the comments did finally end up helping us. So feel free to go ahead and share your opinions in the comments, and of course I will keep you guys updated with any of the informations that I receive related to Assassin's Creed Infinity and the multiplayer project and all the upcoming open world games. So make sure that you guys go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because if you don't subscribe, then the broadcast YouTube platform, they just don't send you guys the notifications of my daily videos. So make sure that you guys have subscribed to the channel and turn the notifications on. And the most important step of all, make sure that you guys set your notification settings to all, because even if you have the notifications turned down, you're not going to get any notifications unless you have it set to all. So make sure you guys do it. With that being said, if you guys did go on and enjoy this video and want to show some support to the channel, then you can absolutely go ahead and drop a big fat like on this video, because your like, your support is very much appreciated. It does help me out, it helps the videos, it helps the channel out. So please, lads, just take a few seconds and drop a like, show some appreciation. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye, amigos.